The great drought gripped the forest with an iron fist. Ancient rivers, once teeming with life, turned to nothing but gray dust, and the earth fractured under the relentless, punishing sun. High above, the heat shimmered like a veil of fire. The Elephant King led his massive herd through the blinding haze. Their trunks hung low in exhaustion, their thick skin caked in dry mud. They marched for days, driven by a primal thirst that outweighed their fatigue. Finally, they reached a hidden sanctuary, a lush lake surrounded by dense green bushes. It seemed like a miracle, a shimmering jewel in a dying land. But beneath the soil, hidden from their sight, lay a sprawling village of burrows. Hundreds of tiny hares lived there in peace, unaware that a mountain of flesh and bone was about to descend upon them. As the thirsty elephants descended, the ground groaned under the sudden pressure. Thousands of pounds of weight slammed into the soft earth with every step. The hares' sanctuary became a trap. Burrows collapsed instantly, crushing the intricate tunnels built over generations. Panicked hares scattered into the tall grass, their tiny hearts racing as the giants trampled their world. By the time the herd reached the water's edge, the village lay in ruins. That evening, the survivors gathered beneath the twisted limbs of an ancient banyan tree. The air was thick with grief. The clever hare stood upon a jagged rock, his eyes fixed on the horizon. He spoke, and the murmurs of the crowd died down. "We cannot fight them with strength," he said, "but I have a plan." The next morning, the clever hare waited at the edge of the lake. As the Elephant King approached to drink, the hare stepped directly into his path, small and motionless. The giant stopped, his massive ears twitching in surprise at the tiny creature's audacity. The hare did not flinch. He pointed toward the shimmering water, his expression stern and unwavering. "Stop," the hare commanded, his voice steady despite the shadow looming over him. "The moon god dwells in this lake. He is the guardian of these waters, and you have disturbed his sacred peace. You have brought destruction where there should be silence." The king hesitated, looking down at the small messenger. "The moon god?" he trumpeted softly. The hare nodded toward the center of the lake. "Look for yourself, but be warned. He is watching you right now." The Elephant King peered into the depths. The full moon hung high in the sky, its light casting a perfect, glowing circle on the water's surface. To the king, it looked like a great, silver eye staring back from the abyss. The hare nudged the king closer to the bank. "Look," he whispered, his voice dripping with feigned awe. "The moon god watches your every move." The hare reached out and gently splashed the water with his paw. The reflection shivered and broke into jagged, angry shards of light. The Elephant King recoiled, his trunk curling back in sudden fear. He believed the deity was trembling with a holy rage, ready to strike them down for their intrusion. "We must leave this place at once," the king trumpeted to his herd. Bowing his head in deep apology to the water, he turned, signaling his followers to retreat into the shadows. As the first light of dawn touched the canopy, the heavy rhythmic thud of the herd vanished into the distance. Silence returned to the sanctuary. The hares emerged from the debris of their homes, their ears twitching as they realized the danger had passed. They rushed to the lakeside, where the water remained still and clear, no longer disturbed by the giants. The clever hare stood alone by the shore, watching the sunrise paint the forest in shades of liquid gold. The village was safe. The water was theirs once more, and the forest finally breathed a long, deep sigh of relief. Through wit and courage, the smallest among them had moved a mountain. The lake sparkled, a quiet witness to the hare's victory, as a new day began.